Looks like we have some activity here. The Kite Runner. Let's see what's on page 181. Soraya and I settled into the routines and minor wonders of married life. We shared toothbrushes and socks, passed each other the morning paper. She slept on the right side of the bed, I preferred the left. She liked fluffy pillows, I liked the hard ones. She ate her cereal dry, like a snack, and I chased it with milk. Well, alright. Tell me good things on love, death, and marriage. Does this have 181 pages? Oops, oh, that's annoying. I was there and then it slipped. In the summer, she always carried a Japanese paper fan in her handbag. Because she was so pale, she disliked the heat, which makes us wonder all the more about vitamin D deficiency as a possible cause of MND and its higher levels in Scotland. She enjoyed the dramatic flick of a fan and knew how to rock the look, using it as a gestural punctuation point when closed, waving it like a restoration actress when open, and even holding it just below her eyes, as if she was Scotland's first geisha. There you go. And what else is in here? Prez, corn dog in chief. Something tells me this is satire. Graphic novel. Or graphic, whatever. And then there's Conan the Barbarian. Free comic book day. Alright, we'll get to see some activity here. And there's also how to say goodbye. And the pages are not numbered. I don't think there's 181 pages. Good to see some activity at charter number 144584. Let's see what's happening at the community refrigerator. So it's in the shadow of Sven, the 70-something story apartment building next door. But I actually think this building is pretty cool. It's like Astoria's newest Flatiron building, or I guess I should say Long Island City. Nice looking structure, and what it replaced was pretty homely, as I recall. There's all this stuff going up around Queens Plaza. Not all of it's ugly. Most of it is, though, but this is an exception. By the way, a lot of people don't know this, but these big orange, they're usually orange, sometimes they're white, these barriers. A lot of people don't realize this, but they're full of water. And that's why they just don't move. They're so heavy. Although, let me double check this. Yeah, I mean, this does not look like it's been drilled down into the road. On the other hand, if it's just water, it seems like I'd be able to get some bit of traction, but I'm not going to mess with it. It's a city property thing. Don't want to be seen defacing city property or messing with it. But yeah, this little Flatiron, as I call it, is pretty cool. I think my phone is ringing. That was unexpected. I'm not sure how clear that previous, well, I say this now. I was trying to act like I wasn't making video of that gentleman stuffing books into this thing, but so I'm not sure how wobbly that looked. I guess I'll find out. I was about to say that it was the unexpected sounding of the church bells at St. Patrick's brought some unexpected majesty to the appearance of a drawer full of carrots. But I love the church bells. I binged on them for a long time and went to as many as I could find just to experience them, because what's unique about church bells is it's the only instrument still in use that sounds the same as it did thousands and thousands of years ago. So when you're hearing church bells, you're hearing it the way Jesus heard it, if you're into that kind of thing. Now this is when I first spotted this one a couple weeks ago, I thought it was a rogue or independent little free library because it doesn't have any identifying, what do they call it, charter number or anything like that on it. But it does appear on the map, so it's legit. Now, I'm not going to read from all of these, but let's see this one is really full. It's like 2 layers deep. Let's see what's on page 181. I'll read a few of this. I knew the name. A bolt of clarity shot through me when I realized where Kimball was going with this. There is a Victoria Bell in American Psycho. Wait a minute. But this one was found in a motel off Route 50 just outside Coleman about a year ago. She'd been stripped and placed in a bathtub and covered with lime. Wait, she was covered with limes? I exclaimed, recoiling. No, lime. It's a dissolvent, Mr. Ellis. That sounds like a book I probably wouldn't want to read. Lunar Park, Brett Easton Ellis. Yeah, I've never read anything of his. Just not my style. Baby book. Wait a minute. Did somebody leave their baby book here? I still have my baby book. Let's see if I can get this out. How'd they get it in here? To say nothing of the dog. Okay, that was a challenge. Le Petit Baby Book. But this doesn't look like the kind that the parent fills in. Well, maybe it is supposed to be something like that, but nobody ever did it. My baby book is scanned and up on my website because the world needs to know. Well, this looks like an empty baby book. There's no baby here, and I could make crude jokes, but I won't. How am I going to get this back in here? Okay, I'm putting it in a different angle. That's what she said. So let's see, I'll read something out of this one then. I was hoping there'd be like an actual baby book, filled in with, the benchmarks. The dry cleaners was mayhem. The couple that owned it was down with COVID, leaving the shop under the management of a white-haired fossil of a woman who reminded Simon so much of Kai's late grandmother that his heart ached at the sight of her. Worse with it, she seemed flustered, and Evie was getting impatient. The shopkeeper couldn't seem to find her ticket and had to track down each item individually, of which Evie claimed there were between 12 and 14, or maybe 10, possibly 20. The Paleontologist by Luke Dumas, author of A History of Fear. Anyway, this little free library is pretty much stuffed. That's too bad. I was hoping the baby book was going to have like actual, what they're called, milestones. That's what it is. I think I said benchmarks. I meant milestones of an actual infant, but not today. So I'm heading to the 7 train. Somebody is trying to tell me that there was a working payphone at the 61st Street Woodside 7 train LIRR station. And I know there isn't. He's trying to tell me there's a working phone. And I know there is not. But I'm not going to be mean about it or anything. But I am just going to do the due diligence. Because I know that there's the one across from the elevator that's been busted up for a long time. And there were a couple others over on the other end of the station, but I think they're all gone. Nothing left but maybe an old TTY sign. Anyway, we'll see what's actually there. But if there was a working phone at that station, I think I'd know about it.
Hello everyone, this is a reminder that it's against the law to smoke or drink alcohol on the subway. And if you do, you can be fined, receive a civil penalty, or be asked to leave the premises. Thank you.
This is kind of gross, all these wads of gum that people stick on the other side of the whatever you call this, the grating, the metal. What do you call it?
And so it was great time. And then I followed the basketball.
Metal screen. Screen, that's the word I'm looking for. Lunar ones.
Thank you, Sven.
Those have been there. So let's see how clear my memory is of this place. Okay, first of all, I haven't been here in a while, I guess. This didn't used to be a rat's maze. Okay, I think I know where I am. All these blue walls didn't used to be here. It's obviously some work going on. But the phone should be out here if I remember right. Yeah, this work going on is pretty disorienting. But the phone, I know for a fact, was here, and it's either gone or it's behind this blue scaffolding. I think it's probably gone, and that's probably, those bolts are probably the last trace. There were also a couple over this way. Okay, maybe this is what he thinks he's talking about. Okay, I remember now. So the one that I know was there last time is gone. And here's the TTY sign. Covered with black blood, dripping, oozing with black blood. And then there's this one, which looks like it should work, but it does not. There's no dial tone. And I'm gonna maybe dial that number later if I can read it. I always loved the handwritten.
12:55.
Handwritten.
Penn Station will arrive in 6 minutes on track 3.
So if this is the one he was talking about, my memory at least is, well, I mean, it's not even memory. It's like I had solid information from PTS about where the working phones were from a couple of years ago, and this was not on that list a couple of years ago, so it's been dead a long time. And the other side of that TTY sign that was oozing with black blood, this is the other side. You can see vestiges of both the Bell Atlantic and the Verizon brand, as well as a non-bleeding TTY symbol. Wow, this station is a mess. I don't go through here that much. Don't know what's going on. I'm gonna check the platforms to see if there's possibly a payphone up there, but I don't think there's going to be. Well, I haven't seen these before. And the first thing I notice is that unlike the information terminals on the subways, cancel assistance if you press the button by mistake. I don't know why they let that get away. The subway ones. This is LIRR. I'm checking these platforms. I've been on these platforms before, and I know that there's no working payphones down here. But just doing my due diligence. I do believe that's spelled wrong. Mezzanine, as opposed to mezzanine, with two Z's. So, I guess one last look. Just look behind by PTS. Right next to the trash can. Which is maybe where it's going to end up. The 9/11 week was last week, and it sort of passed me by, even though I now work basically right across the street from the site. I did actually go out there on Monday, the 11th, just to see what I could see, but they weren't letting most people in to the area of the pits. The area of the fountains. You had to be family or you had to have some connection. I can't believe they let Giuliani make an appearance there, considering what's been going on with him lately. I mean, I know he was a hero during the events, but everything before and after, he's kind of an animal. I just thought the sight of a gaming chair crashed on the sidewalk was kind of poetic. I thought there was another free library right along here, but I'm not seeing it. There should still be, this is outside of Ravenswood, there should still be the other one. I swear there was one right along here, but maybe I'm just losing it. But there should still be the one over on 21st Street. This is 34th Avenue. Man, look at that gigantic solar panel. They stuck right in the middle of Ravenswood. Don't know. I know that they line the roofs of Queensbridge with solar panels, and maybe they do the same here on the roof. I can't see the rooftops of Ravenswood from anywhere that I have access to. But that, man, look at that giant, ugly-ass thing. I hope that's providing free energy for everybody at the cost of being ugly as fuck. So here's another, this is one of the earlier ones that I discovered. Have I been here recently? Maybe I have. The days all run together, you know? I don't really need to open the door. Buying guide for 2021. College algebra and its applications. Group travel operations manual. What the hell is that? It's the travel from the travel management library. I guess maybe somebody used to be a travel agent. Page 181. Although these 5 contacts with each supplier for each tour may sound like an overwhelming amount of correspondence, a great deal of it can be standardized by developing modified form letters or standardized letters with fill-in blanks. For protection, these 5 contacts should be made by letter or telex in writing, non-verbally. Yeah, okay. Out of context, that means about nothing to me. Rocky Mountain Wildflowers, Finding Fish, a memoir. Oh, there's a Roald Dahl book. I think I do remember this from the last time I was here. Yeah, I don't remember what I had for breakfast, so forget about the last time I was at this one. Finding Fish reads like a great work of fiction, moving me alternately to tears and laughter, sorrow and joy, and making me forget at times that the story is astonishingly true. Denzel Washington. It's page 181. It's another page with alternating format. Antoine complains that Mrs. Pickett is inconsistent and unreasonable, and C.W. tends to agree with him. Although Mrs. Pickett complains about Antoine lying to her, it is apparent that Mrs. Pickett does plenty of lying to C.W., of course, making it very difficult to work with her. So that's Charter 118153. And that sign that says, please refrain from feeding cats, that's Ravenswood for a while was completely overrun by feral cats, and there are still a few around. So those signs are like no joke, because those feral cats are mean beasts. But yeah, this is 3540 21st Street. The fridge used to be here. And I do think I got a video of it after they placed it on the corner for pickup. But if I did, it would be among the increasingly accumulating hours of video that I recorded but never did anything with. I sort of bolted from the refrigerator site because there was some people approaching. Anyway, that's where there was a community refrigerator, and it actually was pretty well stocked as far as I can remember. But they left that cabinet out there, so maybe it will return. It's always kind of cool to see a door disembodied from whatever it was protecting. This looks like a door to somewhere, but I'm not opening it. I'm not opening this door. Okay, so here's another library. And I wasn't going to say anything about this, but... Okay, well this isn't actually a little free library. But I started looking at the map. I downloaded the app. And I guess it shouldn't surprise me, but it's not exactly pinpoint accurate. And nothing here looks interesting to me. I'll do something out of this. At the top of the stairs, they stopped and faced each other. Covenant looked at her with emotions that seemed to make the bone between his eyes bulge. He had to strain to speak. What can I... Is there anything I can do to make you gay again? Yeah. Context is everything. But what I was going to say about the map is that it's not pinpoint accurate, and I wouldn't expect it to be. I've made a lot of maps like that, and it's pretty much impossible to get it on the bullseye. But looking for that one on 34th Ave, supposed to be near 24th Street, it is not there at all. This is an interesting looking set. I'm not going to do page 181, I'm just going to do page 8. Muff has a plan. There you go. So this is the one on 30th Road, off of 29th Street. And like I said before, this is the first one I discovered. Or the one, I don't know if it's the first one I discovered, but it was the one that piqued my interest in these things. Charter number 125853.